action for the fourth and final stanza in just a moment. Back for the fourth quarter. 21-21 your score. Handoff goes to Gilbert.
I believe he's going to be short of the first down.
And I don't think he got it. The Dragons in the white jerseys, the purples, naturally in their purple jerseys.
Timeout on the field.
I believe that's John Miller down on the play there for the purples.
And that's, I would say, thank goodness that is only one of the rare injuries we've had tonight.
Looks like he just has a cramp in his leg, though.
And that is John Miller.
This showing is sponsored by Greenwood Ford BMW on Scottsville Road and Store Cable. We would also like everyone to come out to the coach stand.
This game really has been a dandy for us to do tonight here, Dom.
It really has. And for the first time in the second half, we'll see somebody's punting team coming on. In this case, it will be the punting team of Warren Central. It's 4th and 2 as we see the injured player on the field.
I'm really surprised Warren Central tried to go right up the middle on that 3rd and 3 play. I figured if they went up the middle, they go with Napier, or they try to go outside. They did real good play action pass in the first half, too, that really worked good for them. And I'm surprised they didn't have it gone to that early here. Of course, this is only the second possession they've had of the second half because Bowling Green's kept the ball all the whole third quarter.
Time possession has been a big factor for the Purples in their comeback, as they had the ball for almost the entire third quarter of play.
And there's John Miller back on his feet. He gets a nice hand from the crowd.
John Miller coming off the field.
6'2", 342-pound senior defensive tackle. As you see the Warren Central punting team in. For only the third time tonight for them.
So coming in the punt, he's averaged 34.5 yards per kick, is Napier.
Sean Taylor and Michael Lane back to receive for the Purples.
So a big punt here for Napier if he can pin the Purples back. Kick is up. It's high, end over end.
Fair catch.
And fair caught at the 44-yard line by Casey Preston. So the Purples have excellent field position. With 11:27 remaining in the ball game, the score is all tied up at 21 apiece. The Store Cable High School Game of the Week, Bowling Green versus Warren Central. It's sponsored by your good friends at Greenwood Ford BMW, located on the Scottsville Road right here in Bowling Green.
Warren Central defense has really got to tighten up right here. Bowling Green's really moved the ball real well against them here in the third quarter and now the fourth quarter. So this is going to be a real struggle for them to see if they can tighten up and hold the Purple offense.
The Purple's out of the wishbone. Action right there on the field, coming right at you. As you can see, coming to you was number 20, Jeremy Bunton.
Brian Bybee there with a tackle. As we have another Purple down.
And so I'm knock on wood, as this has been an injury-free ball game. Now we're starting to see that happen in the fourth quarter.
63 there, that's David Langerman.
So the injured player, from this point, it looks like Lagerman, I think. Yes, it is. And that would be a big loss because that is also the starting center. And that is really desperate when you lose your starting center because now you have to get a new center in, and the exchange is so important.
Number 51, Bill Prince, is over here on the sidelines practicing with the quarterback, David Clark, getting him warmed up in preparation for coming in as center.
The exchange between center and quarterback is so vital.
As you can see him right there warming up on the sideline, trying to get Bill Prince some experience in there. As number 63, it's David Langerman, comes limping off the field with the assistance. He gets a nice hand from the crowd.
So he'll come off the field. We do not know the severity of his injury.
It's his right leg, it looks like, from here, Dom.
Man, we will not try to guess. We know it is his right leg, but we will not try to guess.
As you can tell there by the picture, he's in quite a bit of pain as he comes off the field.
So it's 2nd down and 4 with a new center. under Clark. Clark pitches back. Goes
Sean Taylor
to Taylor.
Close to the first down.
So let's see what happens with where they spot the football. It should be 3rd down and short.
And the quarterback, David Clark, was really complaining on that one because he did not have a towel in the center's back pocket to wipe his hands off after every play to get the moisture off his hands and stuff. So he had to call the sidelines for somebody to give him a towel in on this play.
So going wide out is Casey Preston. He came in with the play. The Purples come out of the wishbone.
3rd and short.
Almost under 10 minutes of action left here in the game. And a 1st down run for the Purples.
Boyd looks like he has a cramp in his leg.
Now we have another official timeout.
Lehman Boyd there with cramp in his legs on the field.
And you might see that might see a cramp in the leg coming in when the Water Boys and the trainers of Bowling Green, because they are just running back and forth onto the field, getting as much action as their athletes on the team.
Michael Lane checking into the game, looks like, for Lehman Boyd. So he's trying to get that cramp stabilized.
You expect a lot of that. I'm really surprised we haven't seen much more of that here in the ball game.
But you got to figure, though, Lehman Boyd plays offense and defense. He's been playing the whole game so far. That's 36 minutes of action, a little over 36 minutes of action, because we've got 2 minutes almost gone by here in the 4th quarter. As you see the Dragon there on the sideline taking a little break where he's getting overheated.
Ah man, it must be hot in that costume. I don't see how that student can stand that. Well, more power to that person. It's 1st and 10. We're at the 10-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Tie ball game. The Purples are on the move. In motion goes
Fumble.
Fumble on a play.
Clark
picks it up.
Tackled by a whole host of Warren Central Dragon players.
And I wouldn't say that was a fumble-rooski. I wouldn't say that was intentional, but it almost turned out to be that.
Jeremy Fletcher, the first one there on the stop.
So as we saw, the exchange between center and quarterback may be questionable. If you just joined us, David Lagerman went down early here in the quarter. And
Lehman Boyd over here on the sidelines getting his cramps.
Taylor was in motion, back to pass is Clark.
Number 1's wide open.
He's got a man there and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Dunn.
Mitchell Dunn.
And I don't know, that was coming right at you. But it looks like he had the ball, but he couldn't hold on to it.
Number 29, Chad Dillard, there on the coverage. Sets up a 3rd and long with 9:07 left to go in regulation.
And a big play here for the Purples. We'll probably see play action.
Casey Preston bringing the play in for the Purples.
You might see them go to Preston. He's been quiet tonight. 1 back in the backfield, 2 in the slot, 1 wide left. Clark back to pass. Napier in his face, and that's what stopped it. Tom Napier comes up with a big defensive pressure, and once again, he's in the face of David Clark. And Clark and Napier have got to know each other very well so far here in the game.
And Chad Dillard there almost a little bit more. He would have had an interception. He had nobody in front of him either. As it looks like they're working on David Longerman's ankle there on the sidelines.
So it will be time to punt, and this is the first time that the Purples have punted here in the 2nd half. Might see a fake here.
He fumbled it.
See a fumble risky. Burke gets it off, and he gets the kick off, and the ball gets down to about the 34-yard line.
A punt of about 12 yards on that one, as they had a little trouble with the handling.
So Berg gets hammered. His 5'10" junior frame.
It didn't appear to be that bad of a snap. It looked like it just got in his hands, and maybe the moisture on the ball. As we said, it's hot and humid here. There's a lot of moisture in the air. might have made the ball just a little bit slick enough to slide right out of his hands.
They are exchanging the footballs about every other play. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Dragons. Play fake. That's Cortez Metcalf. He passes, and it's complete at the 45-yard line.
Number 38, LaShawn Turner there with a reception. Threw it behind him, but he did a nice job of turning back around and making a nice reception. Close to 1st down, and it is enough. 11-yard pickup.
We have an injury report down from the sidelines. It is David Lagerman. They are working on his right ankle, that is. And they have wrapped it up in an ace bandage, and they're icing it down. Run goes up the middle.
Penalty flag in the backfield.
Flag on the play.
So let's sort out this penalty, but the run goes up the middle for a gain of about 5. Let's hold the phone, see what happens. As the preliminary signal, maybe too many men on the field.
By the Purples?
I would have to guess, yes, it is against the Purples. So a choice.
That'd be an automatic 5-yard pickup.
Yes, it will be an automatic 1st down as well. 5 yards and an automatic 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Let's check that,
I didn't
folks.
think that was an automatic 1st down, though.
Nope, that's what the referee is saying. It was not an automatic 1st down, so let's move it back. So it'll be 5 yards on the play. So the chain gang getting their signals confused. A near capacity crowd here at Donaldson Stadium on the campus of Bowling Green High School. Okay.
That'll be 2nd down and 2 for Warren Central. Ball on Bowling
It's 2nd down and 10 now for the Dragons. They are in purple territory. 2nd down and 2, excuse me. Get my numbers right. 7:31 and counting down in this ball game. Handoff. And I don't think he got it. He was knocked in the backfield. Coming in on the play was Todd Mason.
That's Marcus Gilbert on the carry. Pick up about a yard.
So it sets up a 3rd down and 1 play for the Dragons. Ball game knotted up at 21 apiece.
Terry Davis checks back in at quarterback.
Davis has been playing the majority of the time at quarterback tonight, but Cortez Metcalf has been platooning some. Out of the eye, Bone that is. Pitch back, goes.
He's got an opening on the right side.
For a 1st down.
Robert Johnston there knocking Gilbert out of bounds. Inside the 40 down to about the 37, 38-yard line.
So a big 3rd down play. 1st down yardage and plus a little bit more.
37-yard line.
If you recall, in the first possession of this 4th quarter, they had the ball like 3rd and 2. Now, I said I wondered why they ran it right up the middle, up the heart of the defense, instead of running outside. This time, 3rd and short, they run outside and pick up about 9 or 10 yards.
It's 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle and stop.
Michael Lane there on the stop. Help coming from Shakir Gatewood.
Marcus Gilbert was the attempted runner on that play. He gets about 2.5 yards. We call it 3. 2nd down and 7.
Is number 29 for Warren Central. Chad Dillard kind of limps off the field there. Play action pass.
Back Davis.
Tearing it out, number 9.
Triple coverage.
Metcalf.
And intercepted.
Incomplete.
No, they'll call it incomplete, excuse me. As coming up with that was Robert Johnson.
Pass attempt is incomplete.
But he could not make it complete. So it goes an incomplete pass, sets up a 3rd down and 8 play for the Dragons.
There's the play I said I'm surprised they haven't used more often here in the 2nd half, was the play action pass, freeze the linebackers, and try to air one out.
But they did not freeze the secondary as there was triple coverage back there. So they line up 2 slots over here to the left side, excuse me, by us. Back to pass. Davis, it's got a man open, and it's complete to Hooks. Hooks at the 30-yard line.
first down.
So an interesting decision now for Coach Joe Hood. He's at the 30-yard line. It's 4th down and 2.
I'll be very surprised if they punt here.
I believe they're either going to go for it. I believe they are out of the field goal range of Metcalf.
5 minutes to go. A punt. If you hit it out of the end zone, you're only giving up 10 yards. If you go for it and you get it, you got a big play. If you don't, you're only going to lose maybe 10 to 15 yards.
It would be about a 47-yard field goal if they attempted it. So here we go. Biggest play of the ball game as of yet. 4th and 2 for Central.
Offside, Bowling Green.
And Central
I don't believe anybody.
Bowling Green offsides.
I don't believe anybody from Warren Central moved. Just make sure he wasn't drawn off. No, he wasn't.
So the Dragons get a first down without snapping the football. So a big, devastating mistake there by the Purples.
Brandon Jewell up here jumped off sides there for the Purples.
So a big mistake there. So it's now 1st and 10.
It's just over 5 minutes, 5:17 to go and counting. Down to the 25-yard line is the Dragons.
The Dragons will try to milk this clock. That's Hooks. And he's knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
I'm surprised they said he went out of bounds. It appeared that he got knocked down inbounds. They said he was out of bounds.
The tackles were made by Withrow and Hightower.
That brings us 2nd down and 5, ball on the 20-yard line.
So it's 2nd down and 5. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the ball game. 21-21 your score. The Dragons are knocking on the door. They are 20 yards from pay dirt.
Hooks again.
That's Hooks. He's at the 15, down to about the 12. Once again, Withrow on the tackle. And that tackle came right into your living room, folks. Great camera work down there, guys. As you saw Hooks coming right at you.
So we got 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line with 5:03 to go.
As you hear the chant from the Dragon faithful, go Dragons, go. The Bowling Green faithful cheering on their team. Handoff goes up to Napier.
Gain of about 6 on that play, right up the middle.
Tackle made by Shakir Gatewood.
Gain of about 5 to 6 yards on that play.
Four minutes and 37 seconds and counting down in this exciting football game.
I'd be surprised if they don't run. I look for them to run Hooks to the right side instead of the left side this time. He's got a lot of room on the right side.
Pitch back to Hooks. He's going to the right as you called it, Tim.
Down to about the 2-yard line.
He's got first down yardage, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Dragons at about the 2. Lee Hightower on the stop for Bowling Green.
We have official timeout on the field. They're going to measure, I believe.
So I thought he had, well, I would say enough.
They marked him down about the 3-yard line, though, Dom. So we thought he made it to the 2, but they marked him down at the 3.
Let's check it out as we'll have a spot. Let's see.
First down.
Right on it, as you see.
Good job by our camera crew there.
By the tip of the football.
You saw it there before the refs even gave the motion for a first down by our great camera crew there.
It's 1st and goal.
Warren Central right now, they wouldn't be too unhappy if they take some 4 plays to get in the end zone right here, because more time to run off the clock, there'll be less time Bowling Green has the ball. And you saw what Owensboro did last week to Warren East after they took the lead from Owensboro. Owensboro come back and scored real quick.
Handoff.
Napier is stuffed at the line.
And he's going nowhere. It's kind of hard to pick. You just have to say the entire front line as they stop Gilbert. As I thought that was Napier myself, but it was Gilbert.
Was it Anthony Hooks? Both of them ended in 5, so we're not exactly sure who won that carry.
We'll get it with Hooks then.
They look like he lost about half a yard to a yard. As the clock still runs, we have 3:24 left to go in this game.
And Central will take their time, milking that clock. Pitch back goes to Hooks. And he's met hard.
Number 77 is Todd Mason on the stop.
Mason come up with a big touchdown saving tackle. That was the only thing between him and the goal line.
Along with number 38, Lee Hightower, also in there on the stop.
And Bowling Green desperately trying to get a timeout called. 3 minutes and counting down. And at the 2:59 mark, at about 3:10 mark, Dan Haley and his entire coaching staff was desperately screaming, call a timeout, call a timeout.
What kind of play do you think Warren Central will run right here, Dom?
Well, Tim, I would have to say their bread and butter so far this drive has been hooks on the drive out to the left side. And since you are on to the, I'll say the right hash mark, you have all that room over to the left side. So I would say that the best play would be going with hooks. I say it would be kind of a foolish move, but it would be a surprising move if they would go to the air. But if it goes an incomplete pass, that stops the clock. But if you keep the ball on the ground and stay in bounds, and I know that's what Joe Hood is going to make a play on, keep the ball in bounds and make sure it gets to a sure hands player. They're going to run that thing outside, stay in bounds, and try to milk that clock as much, because if they fail to get the touchdown, they can always take their time, and they're in within the field goal range of Cortez Metcalf, get the 3-point lead, kick the ball back, and Bowling Green will have a choice either to use a timeout to stop the clock or have to milk that clock all the way down. So it's really a big question call. I would have to say that Bowling Green is getting set up for the run, but it depends on where that's going to come from. And I'd say, as you asked me, I think it's going to be hooks going to the left side.
They need to get the ball in the middle of the field, though. In case they try a field goal attempt, they'll have a straight-on shot since you have a straight-on field goal kicker. Here's the play.
Here we go. And Davis calls a timeout.
He didn't like what he saw.
And that was probably a wise timeout. I bet Joe Hood told him and said, listen, go up there. And they were probably set up in a defense that they weren't familiar with or something that may have busted up their play. Instead of calling audible, he wisely called a timeout.
They had all the men backed up right there in the middle, so he might have had a play scheduled to run right up the middle and realized that they had everybody stacked up there. He might decide to try something else here.
So the timeout situation, Warren Central, that was their first timeout they've used, so they have 2 remaining. And Bowling Green, I would say, did they have 1 timeout or did they have 2 remaining? I know they've used 1 already on this drive, but I was trying to remember if they used 1 earlier in the half.
I don't recall them using another. I think that's the first one. They've had a couple of injuries that had a timeout, but I don't think they were charged for one during those times.
So now we're going to talk about the play prediction. Now, Tim, it's your turn. You're Joe Hood. What do you do?
I agree with you. I'd run hooks out left or a play action pass. That's really been a key for them. Terry Davis, has really been doing a good job on the play action pass, freezing everybody. He might even could run an open bootleg over here and nobody can touch him.
Well, here we go.
They got Gilbert in the backfield now.
Out of the I formation, and that is Gilbert. He's got pay dirt.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Dragons.
And they pulled us both, Dom. As they run over Robert Johnston into the end zone was number 30, Marcus Gilbert, for the go-ahead touchdown with 2:55 to go in this game.
So now, a very important extra point, I would say. It will put them up by 7. Metcalf will kick from the hold of his quarterback, Terry Davis. 27-21 your score. When these two teams meet, it's always a dandy. The kick is up.
Right down the middle.
And it splits the uprights. So with 2:55 remaining in the ball game, Warren Central has once again regained the lead by 7.
Terry Davis on that, when he lined up before he called the timeout, might have saw a little weakness over there on the left side of the defense for Bowling Green, and maybe he talked to the coach about what he wanted to do and said that looks like a good play to run. They run Gilbert to the right side and busted it over for a touchdown. And this game, as we have been talking about all night long, is living up to its expectations. As we have a 28-21 lead by Warren Central Dragons. And as we said last week, it's not over until it's over. As we saw Owensboro come back with a 65-yard touchdown pass with under about 1:06 to go in the game. So this game's far from being over. Bowling Green's still in this game as we have 2:55 left to go in regulation.
This Bowling Green team has proved it here in the second half. They can strike and strike quickly. They'll have to. They have just under 3 minutes to do so. They're down by a 7 spot. Kick is up by Metcalf.
Sean Taylor, no.
That's Boyd. He's at the 15 to the 20. And he gets across the 25 up to about the 28-yard line. So, it's 72 yards from pay dirt.
Chad Dillard there on the stop for the Dragons. As they're 72 yards away from end zone city as we have 2:48 to play in this game.
2:46 and counting down. The clock is ticking down.
As Warren Central puts Marcus Gilbert about 15 yards down the field as a safety man.
Clark under center, and that is a new center, Price. Handoff. No, that's a keeper. That's Clark. And he gets the first down yardage. Let's see where they spot it. And that should stop the clock, but that will keep the clock running. They'll stop the clock right there at the 2:20 mark. So Clark calling a quick play. They'll have to go with a no-huddle offense. Now
they're going to the huddle, though.
It's not time to panic. They do have time. It's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But they need to move hastily, I would say. 1st and 10 from the 39. Pitch back. Goes to Taylor.
Only picks up about 4 yards.
Gets it close to the 43-yard line. So give them 4. We're under 2 minutes left in the ball game.
They need more than 4-yard plays right now, though. So they have to go to something either in the air or get out of bounds somehow.
May see a play action coming up right here. In motion goes Taylor. That's what it is. Rolling back, coming up with a blitz. And it's incomplete. And coming up with a big defensive pressure was Matt Prerost. What a defensive rush by number 27 coming out of the defensive end position.
The pass was intended for number 14, Scott Boat. Gone a little bit over his head, got him turned around a little bit, and unable to come up with the reception. And a big 3rd down play right here.
So Matt comes up with a big play for his Dragons. That incomplete pass will stop the clock at 1:43. So a big 3rd down conversion attempt.
Casey Preston to the right.
And here we go. In motion comes Taylor. He's got a man open. It's complete. Preston all the way down into Dragon territory.
And he gets
at
out of
about
bounds.
the 41. So that stops the clock with 1:34 to move the chains. But they will start the clock when the chains are set. They're at the 41-yard line. Here we go. Warren Central trying to hold on to this 7-point lead. 28-21. I'm Dom Donnelly along with Tim Taylor.
The clock's running again.
And the rest of our Store Cable football cast crew.
Mitchell Dunn and Lehman Boyd check to the left. Number 88, Dwight Burton to the right.
Clark rolling out, getting pressure. And it's complete. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Boyd.
Number 81, Eddie Hockenberry on the coverage there.
Hockenberry with the big defensive play right there. As Boyd was open, in and out of his hands. That stops the clock with 1:16 remaining.
Napier checks back into the game as number 27, Matt Prerost, checks back out. Let's see if Napier can come in with a big play right here to stop the pass.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Purples. They are on the move and they are down by 7. Single back in the backfield. Back to pass. Complete and stuck right there.
29, Chad Dillard with a stick right at the 37-yard line.
And a timeout is called. An official timeout. No. By Bowling Green.
That's their 2nd timeout.
So that should leave them with 1 timeout remaining. A field goal will do them no good.
Timeout on the field.
1 minute and 6 seconds remaining on the clock, and they are down by 7.
Well, that 106 was the mark that Owensboro struck big last week with Warren East. Now Bowling Green's hoping they can do the same thing and strike big here with 1:06 as we have a 3rd down and about 5 or 6 yards to go here for a 1st down.
And what a dandy of a football game we have for you tonight. And if you missed any of the action to this point, don't fret. You can see the replay of this broadcast tomorrow, September the 17th at 4 p.m. only on Store Cable 6. And as always, it's brought to you proudly by your good friends at your Greenwood Ford BMW. And
Terry Likes, one of our other announcers that does some of the Store games with us and stuff, was unable to be here tonight because he has a little sore throat. And I know he's really going to miss out because he had to miss this game tonight.
Yes, we'd like to send our best to Terry. Terry, get well. And thank you.
We appreciate it. We're having a good time.
We've enjoyed this one. As you can see, the crowd's getting excited for Bowling Green, trying to cheer their team on, back from a deficit. They have trailed by 7 points several times in the ball game. They have never led in this ball game, Bowling Green has. It's 3rd down and 6, big play. In motion, pitch back, goes to Boyd. He's got some blockers. He's got 1st down yardage. And a little more, across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Big play call there by the Purples. That stops the clock with 60 seconds even.
Josh Brock, the first to make contact there.
With 1 minute left, that'll be 1st down and 10 for Bowling Green on.
So the clock will start as soon as the ball is marked. And here we go, 58 seconds, counting down.
33-yard line.
The Purples trying to come back.
50 seconds left.
Let's see. That's Clark. Clark has Boyd. Boyd, nice move. Gets a few more yards. Gets inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. The clock still moves, 36, 35, and counting down. And the Purples better hurry up. They're going to find themselves out of time. Here we go. Boyd was a little bit shaken up. He's tired. You can see him bending over. Going back is Clark.
He's got a lot of room to run.
He's running. He needs to get out of bounds, and he does. He's marked out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
I believe that's the 17 they're going to mark it, Dom.
Check that to 17, excuse me, from this point. Our vantage point showed me it was 13, but he's at the 17,
As you can tell by our camera angle right there, it looks like they're going to mark it right at the 18-yard line.
So above it.
15 seconds remaining in this game.
So there's 1 timeout remaining for Bowling Green.
And they're going to measure this for the 1st down.
Let's see. There's 15 seconds remaining. This is a big play. But with 15 seconds, I believe they may have maybe 2. We'll see. Is it a 1st down? It's going to be short by about half the length of the football.
Lehman Boyd really, I think, needed this timeout. He's a little shaken up, it looks like. He's trying to catch his breath now, trying to recuperate there, and he really needs to here with 15 seconds to go.
He was stuck hard on that play, but he's back in the ball game. So, 15 seconds left on the clock. 15 precious ticks. Can the Purples pull the comeback? They are down by 7, 28-21.
This is the kind of game an announcers love to try to announce. Down to the last seconds here. We have 15 seconds to go.
We hope you're enjoying this one. Here we go.
I'm surprised they have no receivers out there, though.
Clark under center. Gets back. And it's pushing that pitch.
John Taylor, he stays on his feet,
Taylor's still on his feet, and he stops. 8 seconds, 7, 6.
Last timeout.
And that's a timeout.
The last timeout, I believe. So they have enough for 1 more play. This one's got to go somewhere close to the end zone.
Possibly 2. I would have to say you're right, Tim. I would say it would be 1 play left. So 3rd down and 1. So they're going to go for the end zone. A field goal means nothing. They have to get a touchdown and an extra point. Maybe in a 2-point conversion, but with the overtime, I believe they will go for the extra point with the sure foot of Jay Burr.
They got to get over 4 yards on this play if the time don't run out, because it's 4th down and 4 yards to go.
I stand corrected. It wasn't 3rd and short. It is 4th and 4. So I would say they have to go for the end zone because 6 seconds left on the clock. Even if you get the quick play, you might be able to get an out and get out of bounds with maybe 2 seconds, but we'll have to wait and see.
Bowling Green's really done a good job stopping Tom Napier here lately in the second half. He's not been a factor here as much as he was in the first half. Let's see if he can rise to the occasion, or if whether Bowling Green can rise to the occasion and stick one in the end zone here.
And here we go, a
16
big
yards
play.
away.
In motion. Pressure. He's going for the end zone. He's got a man open.
Incomplete.
It's incomplete.
That's the game.
And that's the ball game. No time left on the clock. So the Dragons revenge their loss of last season with a 28-21 victory of their own.
And Dom, I have no reason to believe that Warren Central will not be the number 1 ranked team in the state in 3A after this game. They were fourth coming into this game. Paducah Tillman and Bowling Green were both in front of them. They've beaten both teams already this year. I see no reason why they should not be the number 1 team in the third district right now.
We'll talk more about that, give you the final statistics, and recap this ball game for you after this moment. Warren Central wins by 7 over Bowling.